remaining two screens, we are going to these are simple, so I'll compile both of them into one video. I have brought all the ingredients I need for making these screens, and means the components that we have been making. So I'm just gonna drag and drop them. 1, 2, there is no spacing, and here. So there is one thing that I need to show you guys. Just making sure there is no spacing within them. Okay, I forgot to make a copy for the reference. So making a copy, removing the components, and now I can decrease the opacity. You can decrease the opacity up to 20, 30, so I think 20 will work. So here in the original version, you see that they have used this shadow below the search component. So you can add it on this component, adding a shadow on the lower side of it, or you cannot. Why? Because you see this looks like this is scrollable. So you can read more about how top navigation behaves when we are working with the screens that can scroll, and when something is going below them, it shows a border or a shadow to make them stay sticky. So you can explore more about it, but since we are not going to go prototype, so I think we don't need it. So I'm gonna skip this one, but feel free to do this if you want to. Now what I need is a divider and a card. So I'm going to bring both of them here, place them here, turning the grid on. The card is placed right where it is supposed to be, moving the divider. Okay, it is 12 points apart from here, and 16. It should be 16, but in the screenshot it is 15, so I'm going to keep it 16 points apart from there, since 16 is the multiple of 4 for us. Bringing another set of divider and a card, making sure it is in center. Now this one needs to be okay. I'm gonna see where it is, right above where I need. Perfect. And 8 point from there, and 8 point, nope, it needs to be a bit more away from there. So 16. So as you can see, it kind of is 16 points, sorry, 15 points away from the divider. So for both of them, the design moved below a bit. Okay, now bringing the next one. So for this one, I didn't only have this information, and so I need another divider. I'm gonna click Control D, bringing them below the card, and I'm using shift arrow down and up to move my components into big nudge instead of 1 point. So in the settings, I have made sure that the nudges, when I press shift and the arrows, the nudges, the move amount is 8 points. So it helps me stick to multiples of 8, and 4 if you want to make it 4. So bringing another card here. So you see that this information is not random, because I didn't have any idea what it said. So just keeping it like this. We won't be needing it because this is the setting we will be using, and I need the copy of this component. So I'm gonna copy that, select this screen, and place it here. It is going to place right where I copied it from. I'm gonna place this one here, align to the center, move down, and bam. Now I'm gonna select my screen, go there, and if you can fix the opacity, or just simply reduce the opacity to 0, or even just turn it off. Now we need to compare what we missed. So we can turn the grid off because we made sure the things are on the grid already. Now we need to make sure what is missing. So we can do the proofreading a bit. And of course, there is one problem. As always, I forgot to add the fill to this. Sounds perfect. Sorry, looks perfect. So we have two screens ready. Now moving towards the third screen. I'm going to make a copy. We just have to make sure we are placing things in the one screen. So this one, I'm going to reduce the opacity of the item that I've placed within it. So clicking here to see, find the layer I need to opacity reduced, maybe 20, 30, 40, whatever is convenient for you. Placing it here, aligning that on the top and the right, bringing the second item and making sure that it is right where I need it to be. Now for this one, so you can see that I made all the variations for the tabs that I needed. So here like these five make sense. So there is a preview of the sixth one, so for that I am going to move them a bit there, make a copy, and I'm not sure what it says, so zoom in. What is the previous word? I have no idea, so let's keep it this. So these four, I am going to select them and use this to fix the spacing between them, and I am going to apply a frame on them, or you can simply go apply auto layout. So just gonna remove the one this, and then what I'm going to do is just align them here and crop all the way to, which I don't need. So I only need S and a preview of the previous character. So let's say this is good. Now I'm gonna click content. So this is the one thing we did. So it almost looks good and the way I want it to be. Now I'm gonna zoom in to the original picture and see what else is happening. So there is a slide of what do you say, shadow over it, or maybe an overlay. So there are plenty of ways you can go about it. So what I'm going to do is just bring a 8 width rectangle, make it white and add it here, add it to absolute position, align it to here and the top, and resize it where I want it to be. I'm going to zoom it a bit, click here, and here I am going to find the gradient, and I'm going to move the gradient like this, so it is in this direction. So but for both colors I am going to make them white, but this one is selected, which means here, so this one needs to be at opacity 0. So I am going to make the opacity 0, and we can play around with it a bit by dragging it like this, so it looks that it is merged, not suddenly there is no sudden effect, so it kind of looks same. And you will see how this works out there when I place it on the white background. So now I'm selecting all these with this frame and applying another auto layout, and I'm calling it tabs. Now what I need to do is place it right here. I should probably add the fill before, so there is no confusion. Now I need some space above it, so I placed it right where I need it, and there is 8-point difference. So I'm gonna go expand this and add 8 points on the top, and then move them and place right where I need it. And now I am going to make the white thing. Now I'm going to zoom in and see it almost looks same, and if not, we can of course play around with it a bit to make it look reasonably same. Perfect. So this is how we made the tabs. One thing is missing, which is this divider. So where is the divider? I'm going to bring a divider, copy and paste it, and now I am going to place where I need it. Now I'm going to play with the layers. Since I zoom it here, it looks like that the tabs are above the divider. So here in the panel. Tabs are below the divider, so I'm just gonna bring them up and then find my divider and see if it looks the same. Yes, it looks the same, almost same. Okay, perfect. Now I'm just going to bring my text and the subtext right where I need. For that, I'm gonna need my grid. Applying the grid, see if I place them right, see the distances multiple of 4, as long as I can keep them. For I'm measuring it from the, what do you say, tabs. And perfect. Now I'm gonna place the cards. I'm just gonna bring all the cards. First I fix the alignments and keep the spacing to 16, placing them all where I want them to be, and fixing the padding and the margins. So yeah, this is the position I want them in to be, and this is where the margin tells us. Okay, now I have to make sure that the spacing is right. So even there is another way you can change the spacing. You can change the spacing from here, you can change them manually. Now you have to try this to make sure. Means if you click on this pink thingy, you will see that when you can reduce and increase the spacing from here. So I think it is 16, approximately 15 or 14, so we are going to keep then 16. Perfect. Clip the content. Now I'm gonna go quickly grab my bottom navigation and this Android bar, and I am going to bring this here, selecting the screen and paste them. It pasted right where I needed it. Okay, this screen didn't have the bottom navigation, so I'm gonna remove that. Since we changed the spacing a bit, some of the content is not visible, but yeah, we can make it work. Now I am going to go fix the opacity or even delete it, this whole screen, or just turn this off. Turning this off, we can compare for all the changes. There is a slight spacing problem, so I'm gonna go fix that. There needs to be a bit more spacing. It is bothering me, so I'm gonna see. I placed it at 4, I need it at 8. So now going back to the design. Okay, now it looks good, but now it looks funny when there is no tab. But yeah, what we can do here is just to ignore it. Perfect. Looks reasonable. Or maybe just one thing, we can try making a component of this where we can fix the padding. So what I'm going to do is, so the problem actually is that where there is a tag, this looks fine, but when I remove it, this balance is not good. So in that case, I can just simply do this, means center align it. So card has a variation, I give in type now, or maybe this show tag property, I can remove it, and here I can call it tag. I can call it yes, because here it is visible, and by selecting this I can call it no. Now I'm going to go to my design. All of them you can see now have, because I updated the component, so all of them have this. I am going to turn this off, and automatically the spacing is fixed even for this one. And we can also see the talking turkey melting preview. So it looks perfect. Now we have all 3 screens. Let's place them together. So this is the screen we made. This is another screen that we made. And this is another screen that we made. You can focus a bit more and see if there is any other detail needed, and feel free to change things accordingly if they look like something messed up. I can 80. Okay. Now, these are the screens that we made. It is made with our components, and these are the screens that we saw and copied. So they almost look identical if we ignore the images and some smaller details like the icon. Similar, like these illustrations are a bit different, but still it looks great. So best of luck creating them. Thank you so much for watching these. Bye bye.